Hello everyone, welcome back to Gent Watches, and today we're going to be continuing with Death Note. This is going to be episode 5 of the series, and I mean, it feels good. It feels like, I mean, this is a show that is, I am excited to watch an episode every time I sit down. Like, not just like, oh, I'm looking forward to it. Like, no, I'm actively excited to click play on these episodes, because I mean, this show, it's so entertaining, and I have no idea where it's going to go constantly. And so yeah, I don't know what to expect. If I was to try to predict the last 3 episodes, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Like, I would have completely gotten what was happening wrong constantly. So I'm just keen to get into this episode. This is going to be, I mean, this is a continuation from last time. He was basically trying to find out the name of the guy who was stalking him, essentially so he can kill him. He doesn't need to kill him. He has no real reason to kill this guy. His reasoning is, well, he's following me. He's, you know, gonna get in my way. He's gonna make me look suspicious, or I can't do whatever I want while he's following me, or whatever. Like, but like, he's about to go away. He's about to leave. And so Light, I think, is just going to, like, this, I think this one out of all of them is going to be the closest to straight up murder that he's done. I mean, he's killed a lot of people, but he, like, this is in his own justified little way of like, oh, this is, you know, he's killing criminals, you know, who, this is their sentence for the crimes that they've committed and stuff. But this is an FBI agent who is just doing his job, and in fact was going to protect you in that, like, it was actually keeping you safe when he thought there was a hostage situation and stuff. So yeah, this is going to be this might be a rough one if this is the episode where he kills, what's his name? I thought I wrote down his name, but now I've just got FBI written, so I didn't write down his name. But yeah, this is going to be a rough episode if this is the episode he decides to kill that FBI guy, because I think that FBI guy sounded like a really cool guy, actually. He seems nice. So, let's get into episode 5 of Death Note. There he is. There he is.
I came to Japan as part of a secret investigation.
I understand. I promise I won't tell anyone that I met you.
Oh,
and
right.
Of course, that includes my father.
Well, then, please excuse me.
It's just as I thought. I'm sure they'll treat this as just another unfortunate accident.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Who's this? Do I know this person?
Hey, welcome back.
What a day.
Oh, is it his wife?
I've never heard you sigh like that.
Yeah.
Is this a house or is this a
The bus I
hotel?
was on got hijacked, if you can believe it. And in the end, the guy freaked out, jumped off the bus, and got hit by a car.
Did he die?
What's her
Yeah, probably.
What's her
I told her
reaction to
stick around and
this?
see what happened to him.
It's a little hard to believe that was all a coincidence, don't you think?
What do you mean?
Think about it. You got on that bus because you were
Who is this woman?
And now you're telling me that this criminal is most likely dead.
You and I know you used to be one of the best agents in the FBI.
Oh,
And
okay.
I and my fiance Naomi, we talked about this. You're not an agent anymore, so just leave it alone.
But
Well, she's trying to help you, man.
Wouldn't get involved with the Kira case. You do remember that, don't you?
yeah, I guess you're right. It's just force of habit.
Right.
Sorry about
He
that.
doesn't want her to get involved
No,
because then she's in
I should
danger.
be sorry. Let's forget
Right,
about
that makes sense.
it. More importantly, tell me how I can convince your dad I'm worthy of his daughter. Kira doesn't scare me half as much as he does.
This is okay, that's interesting.
Yes.
She seems like
You're
an
about
interesting
to write down
character.
the name of that
Pretty
agent,
smart.
aren't you? The one from the bus.
Not yet. I'm gonna wait 1 week before writing his name. If he dies right after meeting me, I'll only draw attention to myself.
I guess,
I'll write
yeah.
his name in here once I've given them time to investigate more people with ties to the police.
That makes
It'll be less
sense.
obvious, though.
Okay, alright,
In
he's
the
taking that into
meantime, I'll
account.
use some of those inmates I've been keeping alive to play around with Elle a little more.
Kira may use other suicide notes to communicate with us.
Understood.
December 27th? We just skipped over Christmas?
This
Man,
place is crawling with humans.
I don't know if I've ever seen a show have Christmas happen and
Let's
just
say you're
ignored
about
it.
to see the results
Didn't
of all
even
the
mention
research and
it.
experiments I've been doing over the last few days. For example, if I write a cause of death and the circumstances leading up to it, I can add a name afterwards and it'll still happen.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't know that one.
Wow.
I am Kira.
What? What is he doing?
Do you see the man working over there at the coffee shop? That's right, the one sweeping the floor. I'm gonna kill him just for you.
Whoa.
How? Don't do it.
Wait, isn't he just a dude?
Although that man has been repeatedly charged with
Okay,
sexual
he is a
assault,
criminal.
He's managed to avoid conviction every time due to lack of evidence. He was a menace to society.
Right.
He got what he deserved. I can only assume that Elle has already.
Wow, you're not even getting
informed me of
convicted
this.
criminals
I can't kill
anymore.
Someone who I haven't seen. Imagine how you'd feel if one of them was killed just because you refused to cooperate.
What's the
I think
game
you
plan
should
here?
consider them the real hostages at the moment. I want the files containing the identities of all the FBI agents who came to Japan.
Oh.
I do have my laptop with me. This thing looks like a toy. But there'll be no record of this transmission anywhere. And it allows us to converse from a close distance, even underground. He really thought this through.
Aww. This feels... it feels so dirty.
It doesn't matter which direction you take.
It feels so dirty. This poor guy.
Times, which means I'll be watching your every move.
Oh man. The thing is, Light really does think of like all these different situations. He covers a lot in his explanations to people and his decision making.
Now take the papers out of the envelope.
Okay. What is this?
What is this?
That's my question.
Any minute now, your boss is going to send you a message with a file attachment. It contains the names and photos of all the FBI agents currently active in Japan.
Oh.
This is...
Now, one by one, you're going to look at each photo.
He's writing their names in the Death Note right now.
Do this for each agent.
Oh, that makes
It
sense.
doesn't make sense.
Yes, it
He's
does.
got the names already.
Oh, this is... Oh, this is genius.
Done. After that, you're going to stay
This
here
is so
for
smart.
at least another 30 minutes.
I
know that voice. Why on earth can't I remember who it belongs to?
Is he gonna be dead as soon as he steps off the train? Man, this is so clever.
Who are you?
He actually was the one who sent them to their death by writing their names. And here's his death. No.
Like Yagami.
Yep.
Farewell, Ray Penber.
Oh. Oh, that's awful.
Ray Penber wrote
Oh.
all of those names on pages taken from the Death Note. He was actually signing a death warrant for all of his colleagues.
Like
As
literally.
for Penber's boss,
Oh man. That's so smart. That's so smart.
I find it unbelievable that you would spy on us. The very people working with you on this case.
I mean, you know that there's
All
someone,
along, we couldn't trust that
and
guy.
you know that there's someone in the police
Kira
force
killed those FBI agents,
that is
didn't he?
leaking information,
It's obvious
right?
he'll kill anyone who gets in his way, whether they're criminals or not.
do you know gods of death
Uh
love apples?
huh. He's just trolling him now. I mean, he's telling truths.
He's dead.
No.
He's dead. He was murdered by Kira.
Oh man. Well,
So
if she became the protagonist, I wouldn't be mad.
I don't want you to be alone.
We're all in
I'm
danger.
sure you've heard of this Kira investigation.
You're the best cop ever.
That's not quite the point I'm trying to make. His crimes are ruthless and more frightening than anything we've seen. Many detectives have already quit.
This has got to be such a hard
Dad,
conversation
you should quit too.
to have
I
with
don't
your
want you to
family.
die. What if he gets you?
I could never forgive myself if I walked away from this. I will not sit back and let evil triumph.
But
Evil.
Dad, you... Please, dear.
Is Light gonna be really angry
It's
about that?
honorable of you, Dad.
I think he
I'm proud to
hated
be
that.
able to call you my father. And
Oh
if
my
anything should
god.
ever happen to you, I'm going to find Kira.
Oh, I
Now know
wonder.
that Kira doesn't just target criminals. You have to be willing to fight against him, even if that means making the ultimate sacrifice.
That's a rough thing. I would
That is all.
quit. I would absolutely
So,
quit.
what are you gonna do? I'm not sure.
There's no way I stay in that
Yeah,
case.
that's him, all right.
I see. Well, thanks for talking
Okay.
with me anyway. I appreciate
She's
it.
doing some investigating of her own.
So I hope you understand what this means. We're really sticking our necks out here.
But you never have to show your face, do you?
Yeah, but you
just
don't want
give
him
orders.
to. Otherwise,
I don't
you're
see how you can
putting.
expect us to work alongside you under those conditions.
You might lose your top investigator. You will lose your top investigator.
Elle, could you come here so we can all...
That's
meet in
a
person?
bad idea. That's a terrible idea. Please keep what's about to happen a secret between the 8 of us. I would like to meet the 6 of you whom I trust as soon as possible. Before that, I want you all to go outside of the police building and decide once more if you trust me or not.
And besides, I don't really see how we can solve this case without his help.
Yeah?
I agree.
It's very
From the
important.
beginning. So I'm not surprised that he didn't trust us.
In other words, he was waiting for the task force to get narrowed down to only those investigators he could trust.
Okay.
And to do that, he needed to weed out anyone who wasn't totally committed.
Makes sense.
If we're working with that guy, I'm leaving the task force.
Okay,
You don't
bye.
have to worry. I won't try to follow you. I'm not interested in finding Elle.
See you, dude. Don't need you.
Well, I think we can trust Elle, so I'd be willing to cooperate with him on this investigation.
Good.
Count me in.
Here we are. They're actually gonna meet Elle.
Seems we're getting closer to each other in equal steps. It's only a matter of time before we collide.
Oh my god.
So be it. I'm ready to show my face.
Oh.
First public appearance as Elle. If you ever manage to find
Public?
out about these secret meetings, I'm sure you'd feel compelled to move in. That's what I'm counting on.
Oh.
Quite active over these last few days.
Here they go. They're gonna meet Elle. There it is. There it is. Okay, so I mean, we got several new things in this episode. The thing is, I mean, this is probably the first episode where I have been like actively sort of rooting against Light in a way. I mean, it's really honestly cool to see his schemes play out. Absolutely, that is very, very cool. But I mean, yeah, like it's as soon as the FBI agent stuff has been happening now, it's like these were just genuine FBI agents who were just doing their job, and all they were doing was just like investigating people, just investigating people near the police. That's it. And like it was also, I mean, that was sort of part, like that was because of Light. I mean, all of this is because of Light, obviously, but the reason Elle called in investigators from the FBI into Japan was because Light is getting the information directly from the police, and he wanted Elle to know about that so that Elle would bring in investigators. So he basically made Elle bring in investigators just so that he could kill those exact same investigators as soon as they got here, just for his big grand plan, you know? And so it's like, it's insane. Like, it's not even like these were like dirty cops or anything. At least as far as we know, they weren't. They're legit, you know, family men in some instances. Like, this guy had a wife that he really cared about and was clearly planning to marry her because I guess girlfriend that he was planning to marry because he was gonna ask her dad for her hand in marriage, I assume, is what. Not I assume. I think I remember them saying that. But yeah, it's just so sad that he actually even made him write those names in the death note, and then in his hubris also just like let him see him in those final moments, like let him look Light in the eyes and just know, like, you could have stopped this, like you just had to be more suspicious of me, but I played you. Like, he wanted him to know just from looking at him that he was played all the way to the end. So that's it's amazing. It's great writing, and it's really interesting, but it hurts. It really hurts to see. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I feel like I want to see some really cool schemes from Light, but yeah, the end game of the series, I want Light to fail. I want Elle to succeed. I really like Elle. In fact, no, I'm even taking that back. Now I want Naomi to succeed, the girlfriend. I want her to be able to find light, because it seems like they've set her up to be like in the show a little more, you know? Like she, as soon as she popped up, you know, it focused on her. It didn't focus on him coming home and then he sees her or whatever. It focused on Naomi from the start of the scene. And so immediately it was like, oh, who's this character? And then he comes in, and then the camera angles from memory weren't even like really looking at Ray. It was like mostly focusing on Naomi. And then obviously they set up her backstory. She's an ex-FBI agent who has basically given it up and also agreed to stay away from the Kira case because it would put her in danger. But now the person who was holding her accountable for that is dead. So now, I mean, this is one of the top FBI agents, is directly after Kira, not just for job-related reasons, but for personal reasons now. And so I'm kind of excited to see if she does anything interesting, you know? But yeah, and now they're going to meet Elle. They're going to actually meet Elle face to face. That's super interesting. I didn't expect that they'd do that. I thought Elle would absolutely just stay out, because he has every reason to stay out of the spotlight, but I guess... I mean, there's two reasons. One is now he's trying to draw Kira closer, and so the best way to do that is to actually leave himself vulnerable in certain aspects. And the other is to gain the trust of the remaining police force so that they don't turn against him, because that's exactly what Light wants. So it makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. So yeah, that's it. That's the episode. That's all I have to say. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please make sure to like the video, comment down below with your suggestions, what you liked about the episode, what you liked about the reaction, all that sort of stuff, and subscribe to the channel. That helps the channel grow, and that will help the videos become better, so please make sure to do that. But thank you very much for joining me for episode 5 of Death Note, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.